Right, apologies for the voice, because it's I've got a mask on, you see, not for COVID but for these fumes what come off of here. Always important to wear a mask. Rear fender of bike, oh way up, washer coming off, I'll get that in a bit. So you see the crack. I'm going to attempt plastic welding. So as you can see, grease here, I've just cleaned roughly where we need to do it. Thankfully it's a nice clean on the other side, so you can see it goes, try to get camera half decent on there. It goes, obviously there's going to be a crack, but what we're going to try and do is stop it doing this. So we turn it over. I use one of these, it's an old one. Get it nice and hot. Always use an old one because you can just use it again for this. Depending on what you're doing, you can put different ends in. Just unscrew there and take that out and put a flat end or whatever you want to do. And then what I do, you'll have to just bear with us a bit because I'm trying to do it in my shed and I ain't got much room. So we'll put it together and we'll tack it. So we'll tack it so it stays. Find end of the crack, which is roughly about here. So what I'd be doing is just tacking it there like that, and then tacking it there. Hopefully it should hold it. Tack it there. Remember this is on other side, so you aren't going to see this. Tack it there, and then at the edge, this is where I want to be a bit more, not right to the edge, but just a little tack there. I'll let that cool, and already that's got it. I mean, I won't do anything, you know, it's only a little job. It's ideal for fairings, you know, when you've got your off-road bike, you take it out weekend, have a bit of fun, crack a few plastics, then rather than putting new plastics on and cracking them again, you can buy new plastics and put them on when you're not using it so it looks good. And then when you go out riding, you can put the plastics on what you've repaired, and they do the job. So once you've tacked it, like I say, you've got it now, but it's not brilliantly strong. Then you just follow the line, just nice and gently. Don't go through the other side. Just follow the line where the crack is, and then we go. I mean, you can, when you've done this, you can actually smooth it all down and paint it and make it look half decent. But because it's on the, like I say, it's on the other side, it's not going to be seen. We're not too fussed. See, what you've also got to watch, my glasses are steaming up now, so I'm in trouble. It's very toxic, is this, and it's not really the healthiest thing to do, and it does smell, so definitely wear a mask. Forgot what we're going to say then, but that now, I mean, it's still a bit warm, so it'll be still a bit flexible, but you obviously can still see the crack. But this side, I mean, you can just sand that down. I mean, if you wanted, like I say, do it superb, I mean, you'd sand that down, a little bit of filler, sand it off and then spray it, and then nobody'd really know unless they looked inside. But you could do the same with that side as well. So there you go, pretty strong. Oh, that's what we're going to say. You've got to bear in mind thickness of the plastic. This is, look how thin that is. So if you were to put a load of pressure on there, you'd burn it straight through the other side, which you don't want to do because that defeats the objects. Then you've made it worse. So with this one, thin plastic, nice and gently, It's not going to take a great deal. So that's it. This is just something I picked up myself, I think. Tried it one day and it sort of did the job. Also, if you want, you know, you can get, I don't know, cable ties. I'm not going to do it. Let's see if I've got one. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to waste a cable tie, and it's not necessary. So maybe a bit thicker than that, old bits of plastic, similar colour. You can, you know, cut end off and melt that onto there, and then melt that in. Gives it a bit more strength. Again, you know, it's up to you. I'm not bothered with this piece because it's inside. It's the rear fender off a bike, road bike that is. It's not a massive big deal. Just wanted to stop that flapping about. As to whether it's strong enough, that's another thing. If it isn't, then maybe I will have to get a piece of plastic and melt it on the inside to give it that extra strength. So that oh, it's gone. So I didn't do it strong enough. So what we'll do, we need to get as deep as we can on the crack without going through the other side. So we're having another go, going a bit deeper this time.
I imagine that you were being offered romantic leads and roles, but I think you.
So just bear in mind, you don't want to go through the other side. All you're really doing is pulling the plastic particles together, and then when they dry as one piece. Now if I'd gone through the other side, you won't be seeing this video because I've basically ballsed it up, but like I say, it's making the plastic into one piece. That's what you're doing, you're melting it. And I don't think there's much of an art to it, you just have to sort of be careful, you know. I think that'll be better. I mean, like I say, it did turn out very strong, didn't it? But like I say, I wasn't right sure how far I can go. I've gone a bit deeper there, but you can just see plastic coming through the other side, melted plastic. So we'll see how that goes. Like I say, if it ain't going to be strong enough, I'm going to have to put just melt a piece of plastic into that gap there and give it some more plastic to the actual crack. And then when that dries and sorts itself out, that'll be solid then. But I'm hoping that without swinging on it, when you think about it, on the fairing it's going to be static. You know, it's not going to be too much stress on that, so I think that will be okay. So anyway, there you go, bit of fun, and cheers. Subscribe as well if you liked what you see. I'm just messing about. I'm a bit of a biker. I always have been, ever since. I mean, when I was a kid, my dad had the old Nortons and BSAs, and I think I remember when I was 13, big mistake my dad ever made, and he mentioned it all the time right up until he died. He swapped his BSA, I'm not sure which model it was. It was a good one though, it wasn't one of the lesser ones, it was a BSA. Not sure if it was a Gold Star or what have you, it was a good one, and he swapped it for a Vespa. Big mistake. Regretted it all his life. So there's a lesson, don't swap a bike for a scooter, you'll regret it. Anyway, see you later, bye.